We are on the gorgeous Skull Creek with Captain Blair from Live Oak, and we're talking about how to get out on the water, whether or not you are from the area or you have guests coming into town, or if you are just visiting, you need to get out on the water or you're missing out on this whole low country experience. Captain Blair here from Live Oak has several different options for tours: dolphin tours, your sporting tours, fishing tours, and today we're going to be talking about one of your newest tours, which is actually the most unique tour that's out there, the Tour of All Islands. Tell us a little bit about that.
We call it the Grand Tour of Islands. It's kind of an expansive view of the low country area. And it's something that we developed. Actually, one of our captains, Scott, he developed this awesome trip to see a lot of islands, a lot of waterways, and learn a little bit about the area at the same time. Some of our previous guests had said, well, what else is there to do? We've been on your dolphin eco tour. We've been through the wildlife refuge. We've done the tubing. We've gone fishing with you. What else is there? Well, we developed this trip as an answer to that question. It's about a 3-hour program. And that includes a brief stop on land to stretch our legs, because 3 hours can sometimes be a lot to be on a boat. So we get a little break there. And we leave our dock on Skull Creek. We head south towards Dufusky Island. Go along the Hegg Point Lighthouse there on the north end of Dufusky. Get to see that from the water, pretty neat sight. And then we'll turn and head up Bull Creek. That cuts Bull Island from Savage Island and is a beautiful wild area with lots of rich nature, dolphin activity, good spot for it. Then we'll travel up the May River. The May River sits between Bluffton, historic Bluffton, on the banks of the May River to the north, and on the south, a place called Palmetto Bluff. Pretty neat spot.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe if you've never been there.
Majestic.
It's a gorgeous spot, and it's a great place to stretch your legs and see some of the local history.
And a great way to go is by boat, so that you see, you know, that entrance to Palmetto Bluff on the water. Otherwise, it's about a 2-mile drive inland.
It is. It's a good bit of a drive around through on land. So accessing it on boat gives us a lot of opportunity to see Palmetto Bluff, see historic Bluffton across the river, and then we cruise back down the May River and back to our home here on Hilton Head Skull Creek, right next to Pinckney Island Wildlife Refuge. Pretty neat setting.
It is, and it's so easy. You just head up Jenkins Road, there's parking, and having that stationary place available, you know where to go and you know where to come again when you get your repeat offenders who want to try something new. And tell us a little bit about the boats that you're on and how many people you can accommodate for a tour like this, the Grand Tour of Islands.
The Grand Tour of Islands takes place on our SUV deck boats. They're these awesome craft. It's the core of the Live Oak persona, where we've started off about 10 years ago with these deck boats, and we have added many to the fleet since. They're real comfortable, set out, designed for 10 people. We actually limit it to 6 passengers on board, plus your captain. Your captain's going to be a U.S. Coast Guard licensed captain. They've got a lot of experience driving boats.
Huge.
Touring. The people on the Live Oak team have been doing this for many years, and we're really passionate about what we do, where we do it, this lovely office we get to work in, and we're going to share that enthusiasm with you. We'll take you out on the water, show you a good time boating, cruising. You know, these boats have a nice sunshade. People ask about that. Well, how hot is it? Well, it's going to be comfortable. You know, it's great. We just got done with a little boat ride and had a nice little breeze cooling us off. In the summer, that makes a difference. In the winter, we use the deck boats with the windshields. Gives us some protection from colder weather. But we do this in comfortable weather. People ask a lot, what if the weather doesn't cooperate? If the weather doesn't cooperate, we don't go. We want to make sure it's a great experience for you. And if we don't go, you don't pay. So that's, they're worried about losing a deposit.
Absolutely. And now the Grand Tour of Islands, that's something that's more spring-fall oriented?
It is. We do a lot of those in the spring and into the summer. July and August, there's more of a focus on our shorter trips just because of the heat. The sunshade helps, but that July and August weather, we don't want to spend too much time cruising around in that sun unless you're real comfortable with it. We do offer longer tours as well, customized programs. So if you want to mix something like the Grand Tour with some water sports and tubing or do a fishing trip, we have lots to offer and we want to show you.
The folks here at Live Oak, you definitely want to go ahead and get your reservation, look them up. for the Grand Tour of Islands, for water sports, fishing, deep sea fishing. These are the guys you're going to want to see. They have a fleet of 7 boats and are so knowledgeable about what they do. Right here on Jenkins Road, you can pop out and check them out and sort of see how it looks and if it's something you'd be comfortable with, but these are the people that you're going to want to go with. So get out on the water.